All right, so we'll go ahead and kind of get started slowly, give a few others time to join in. I am going to be Regina. I'm going to be a money coach here at East Texas A&M. And then we have our peer mentors that are going to be going over budgeting with you. We have Alexis and Arthur. And then we have our poll with two questions. We'd be glad for you to answer those and go over those. If you have any questions, you can definitely put them down in the question and answers tab, and we will answer those at the end of the presentation as well. And I will hand it over to Arthur and Alexis now.
Hi, I'm Alexis, and today we're going to be talking about smart budgeting and the best budgeting methods every college student needs. So throughout this, we're going to be talking about first reminders, then we're going to go over what is budgeting, budgeting types, and then budgeting challenges to make budgeting more fun. If anyone has any questions, please drop it in the Q&A. Thank you so much. So for reminders, first reminder, if you weren't aware, February is Financial Aid Awareness Month. If you haven't already, complete your FAFSA or task for the day to secure financial aid. And also for final deadlines, the final deadline to submit your financial aid appeal is March 7th, 2025. So remember that and keep that in mind. And also we have some payment dates coming up. So if you enrolled yourself in an installment plan, the payment date for that upcoming is March 7th, 2025 as well. And if there's a $25 late fee that will apply for any late payments. So first, we're going to go over what is budgeting. Budgeting is the process of planning how to spend your money and making sure you don't spend more than you earn and saving for future needs or goals. Budgeting honestly really does teach you how to prioritize and save your money for the future. And it can help a lot as far as when you get out of college and during college for helping you build an emergency fund. So why is budgeting essential for college students? Budgeting helps build financial habits. Budgeting early sets the stage for long-term financial success by building good spending habits. And also, it prevents unnecessary debt. It prevents relying on credit cards and accumulating debt. And by doing that, you also help build your credit score as well. And also, besides that, we also have it helps manage expenses. So by it helping you manage expenses, it helps college students manage spending and covering essentials like tuition, rent, and groceries without stress, because you really don't know what kind of comes up. It'd be different things of that sort. So it's good to have that. And next we have Arthur, who's going to go over budgeting types. So.
All right, I'm gonna be going over budgeting types. A lot of you know about some of these budgeting types, and obviously these aren't all of the budgeting types that are out there. There are obviously many more. I don't know, millions out there. But we're gonna go over more of the most favorable ones for college students, or since college students don't typically tend to make a lot of money, we're going over some simpler budgeting types. Obviously, down your career, you expect to be using um, a lot more complex budgeting types and a lot more complex budgeting techniques. But these are just kind of to get you set on those habits for the future. Uh, like the first one, a lot of you people know about it already. It's a 50-30-20 budget rule, which we like to call the golden rule, because it's just like the baseline of all budgeting types. You spend 50% of your income on needs, 30% on wants, and 20% you put towards your savings or debt. And that is amazing for if you're trying to get into budgeting, but you don't really know how. It just kind of sets a baseline of how to do so. This obviously doesn't help everyone, but it's a good start for a lot of people. Next up, we have the zero-based budget style, which is a little bit more complicated, but we have the tools for it. It just means you assign every dollar a purpose, so income minus expenses equals zero. And while that kind of sounds complicated, it's not that hard, to be honest. You just open up a spreadsheet, you put in categories for all of your expenses and your savings and stuff like that, and you put a number beside it of how much you're going to be spending. Cash Course is a great tool to do this budgeting type, as it already gives you kind of the categories and it kind of just does the math for you. So, if you're looking into doing this budget type, I really recommend going to Cash Course and using their tools. Next is the envelope system. This is one of my favorites because this is the one I did growing up. This is better for if you're trying to save up for I don't know, a vacation or something like that, your birthday or something, and you typically get cash. You open up an envelope, you name the envelope, the category that you want, and then you save up cash weekly, daily, monthly, however come. Some people I know, bartenders or waiters, they like to put their tips in there, so that they use their income to pay expenses and their tips to save up for the future. So it's a great way to get started as well. I know there's also some digital ways to do it. I know there's a lot of apps that do the same thing. I, for myself, I'm not sure of many of those. I like the cash because just seeing it kind of gives you a feel for saving, like for better saving habits. Being able to physically see the cash. But yeah, it's just a great method if you're trying to get into budgeting and saving. Next one is pay yourself first. It's just basically it's another really simple one. You give yourself an amount of money for the month and or for the week for whatever period you like, and then whatever else is on your income, you use it to pay all your expenses and to go into your savings or debt. This is really, really good for people who have bad spending habits. So like if you normally make, little money and then you see yourself going out often and then you can't cover your expenses, this is a great tool to like give yourself that limit of, this is how much I'm going to spend. Everything else goes into expenses and I cannot spend more than this amount. So it's a really great tool to help yourself stop from overspending. And then lastly, we have bare bones budget. This one is really amazing for if you have an outstanding amount of debt or you have something you have to save up for quickly. As it's all your income, you grab it and then you try to just pay the minimal amount on your expenses. So your fixed and variable expenses, you try to find ways to just only pay that. And then, so like your grocery and your car bill, you pay that obviously. But you want to really try to not pay anything outside of that. You only really focus on the essential expenses and then everything else just saves. And like I said, yeah, you can use this for outstanding debts or if you need to save quickly, like for a new car or something like that, or like a repair. Next up, we have our budgeting challenges. These are just some fun budgeting challenges, as budgeting can be a very bad, like it can be very bothering at sometimes, bothersome sometimes, and you need to find ways to make it a little more fun. So we came up with a couple games that people can play. First one being the budget wheel spin. This is where you put different categories on a wheel and then you spin it and you let fate decide what you can splurge on this week. You don't actually have to use a wheel for this. If you have like a piece of paper and a bottle, maybe you can just do that. I'm sure there's a million different ways that people can find to do it. But this is great for if you have really bad spending habits, like you like going shopping and you like getting food and you like going out with friends. While all that is fun, it takes a toll on your wallet, So you want to definitely be a little more cautious with the things that you do per week. Just so you can, because obviously doing everything in 1 week will mean that you spend more than just doing one thing. So it's really good to get those bad spending habits in shape for the future. Next one is the leftovers only challenge. This one is really good if you have like a lot of extra food in your pantry at home and you don't want to be spending too much money. This one I do myself sometimes when I see that I have a lot of cans at home or leftovers at home. I kind of just grab everything and I look up online or use ChatGPT to like tell me what meals I can make for the week with this and what different, what kind of foods I can make with it. And, I often find that I make some pretty delicious meals with the leftovers. And it's just a really good way to just clean out your pantry and, kind of make everything a little more clean and find new dishes that you might like or might not. And next one is the resale rush. This is one of my favorites because I do it very often. This one you can either do by yourself or with a group of friends. You and a group of friends go over to your house or apartment, and you kind of just want to declutter your room, closet, whatever. Just get clean and declutter everything. Just get rid of whatever you don't use or you don't need or whatever's damaged. And then after you get everything, you go into Depop, like websites like Depop or Facebook Marketplace, sell it, and then you can either save this money or you can, after you did all that selling, you can buy something new to replace it. So like maybe if you sold a lamp and a bunch of clothes, you can either buy yourself a piece of clothing or a new lamp, with the money that you made. So your room's still not empty, but you got rid of the clutter. And then lastly is the budget bingo. This one is pretty easy. You just make a bingo card. There's a lot of these online. So if you don't feel like making one, you can just find one online and just print it out. And it would just have stuff like skipping coffee on Wednesday or sticking to a meal prep or I don't know, going to the gym more often, even though it doesn't have to do anything with budget, it's a wellness thing. Um, and then you just mark them up as you complete them. And then once you make a bingo, whichever bingo that you choose, cross, straight, whatever, blackout. Once you complete the bingo card, you can go out and, get yourself a little treat. That's all for me. Any questions?
All right, and like they're going over the budgeting challenges and the
Oh, I don't think we
budgeting.
can hear you.
Hi, can y'all hear me now? No. All right, are you able to hear me? All right, perfect. We apologize for those issues. So as they were talking about your budgeting challenges, your budgeting tips, different ways of budgeting, those are all things that us here, the money coaches in the Money Management Center located in the library on the second floor can help you all with. And we are very happy to. We help you come up with different scenarios, different options. We provide you with documentation to help out if that's needed. But we'll definitely sit down with you, walk with you over what your income is, what your debt is, and just kind of help you manage that if you're needing assistance with that. And just any in general questions that you might have, we can definitely assist you with. And of course, financial aid questions, where we can help you with general questions there. And we would love for you all to come see us and let us help you out with anything you might need assistance with in your financial literacy. All right, and we'll go over our poll right now. It looks like we had one answered. And so, do you currently have a budgeting plan? And one of our students did state kind of. So they kind of have a budgeting plan. You're one, we would love for you to come in and let us kind of help you put together a good budget plan and go over any questions you might have, even break down the general use of budgeting tools if you want us to kind of break that down. Everyone is different, so everything's going to work one thing might work great for Arthur, but then it's not going to be so well for Alexis. So we'll need to kind of work with the other options to see which one works best. So that's what we like to be here for, is kind of help you figure out what's going to work best for you. All right. And do we have any questions from anyone? All right, Arthur and Alexis, is there anything else that y'all think to add to it or provide any other information?
Nothing from me. I would just like to mention that to please fill out the survey. At the end, there should be a survey. I'm not quite sure how it is, but please fill it out on your way out. Thank you.
I think the only thing for me to be like, so one, I hope if you got anything from the budgeting, I hope everyone got at least something, some tips. And if y'all have any questions, please don't be afraid to ask. We love to answer them. And don't be afraid to come up to the second floor of the library. Yes.
All right, well, we do thank you all for joining us and participating. And Arthur and Alexis, we thank you for your time as well.
Miss
And-
Regina, I think the microphone's kind of acting up a little bit.
All right, well, close us out.
Still just, yeah. Sorry.
All right, let's see.
Well, I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you so much for coming. And yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.